Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, playing some more Hearthstone. I will not, however, be doing any arenas. We'll be doing the new single-player mode, Dungeon Run, introduced with the Kobolds and Catacombs expansion. Now, normally I like to get right into it, but I hope you will permit me, oh fair listener, a few seconds of preamble. Let me just say, if you're like me and you don't actually play Hearthstone anymore and you just watch people playing on YouTube, give this mode a shot. It's totally free. There aren't any rewards. But it's just fun. It's just like really fun to play. So give it a shot. It's in here in the solo adventure mode right here, Dungeon Run. Let's go ahead and get started. So what you gotta do is you gotta beat 8 bosses in increasing order of difficulty and ridiculousness. Unlike the other solo adventures introduced by Blizzard, this one doesn't cost any money to unlock, but if you die, you don't get to just try that boss again. You have to go all the way back to the beginning. You can hover over a boss to see its hero power, and you can see this first boss is pretty fair. I mean, yeah, that's a harder, or a more powerful hero power than usual. It's like twice as good as the paladin hero power, but it's nothing super crazy, and things do get pretty damn crazy later on. Now, your first choice in this mode is which class to play as. I'm gonna go ahead and just go left to right, you know, across the rows, skipping over any class that I managed to actually score a win with on camera. Can't promise that's gonna happen, but, you know, it may. As you can see, you know, a couple of these, some of these, most of these have, you know, had some successes. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and start in the upper left corner with the warrior. Now, when you pick your class, you don't get to make any other choices. You get a small deck of cards. It's actually really, really small, but after each win you add 3 cards to it from a pre-chosen pack of cards. Which cards you're offered in which categories is random. So the deck does get bigger, but it starts off really small at first. Now this first boss, not gonna lie, is pretty easy. You would have to try your hardest not to beat it. Yeah, we got, oh wow, actually, I'm sorry, I gave the wrong numbers. You only get a 10 card deck to start with, not 12 or 15 as I thought, only 10. So, pretty small deck to begin with. Now, like I said, this first boss is incredibly simple. You just throw everything at the face, and you're pretty much good to go. You can try to win a little bit quicker or slower. Here, I'm gonna kill this pig, because the boss often has Bestial Wrath, which increases the attack on a beast by 2 and makes them immune for the turn. And I get to activate the Enrage on my Warbot, so I get that damage back anyhow. But yeah, I'm pretty much just throwing everything at the face here. And maybe I should have actually kept my Fiery War Axe to win on turn 4 with. In case the opponent does clear my board here, I'm actually not going to be able to get the final kill on turn 4. Sometimes with a little bit of luck you can actually win on turn 3, but here it looks like I'm not even getting the kill on turn 4. Oh, thank goodness, unless I top deck a little bit of bonus damage. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I played that not perfectly, makes no difference. The first boss, you'd have to be drunk and passing your turns to not win. Obviously, it gets a lot harder. So we win. Now, after the first boss, you get a passive treasure. There's a lot of them, so it's not always going to be these 3. Some of them are really good, some of them are not. Here we actually got an assortment of pretty good ones. I think these are all fine. We'll talk strategy more in some of the later videos. For now, let's just go ahead and take the Gromish's Arm Guards. This makes weapons cost 1 mana. In addition to this treasure, you get to choose a pack of cards. Now, it's always going to be packs of 3, so you don't get to choose in quite as granular of a system as you do in the arena. You choose packs of 3. The cards are in categories, so there's the Reinforcer category, the Dragonheart category, Legendary category, and there's a lot of cards within each category, so not only is the category that you're offered random, so there's many more than just these 3 categories, but the cards within those categories are different, so you don't always get another Spider-Storian, a Sarah, and a Deathwing. You could get, you know, 2 Twilight Drakes and an Azure Drake or something like that in the dragon category. So there's a lot of randomness here, and sometimes it definitely can feel as though you're getting, you know, screwed by not having any good choices. And that's part of the charm. Sometimes you do just lose to bad luck, and there's nothing you can do. Anyway, here what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the Brass Knuckles, normally a 4 mana card, but because I took Gromish's Arm Guards, it only costs 1 mana, and I figure I might as well try to, you know, get some synergy with the treasure that I chose. That's the other thing, too, is you can take, you know, your weapons cost 1 and never see any weapons. You can take your Battle Cries trigger twice, or your Death Rattles triggered twice and never see any Battle Cries or Death Rattles, etc. You know, so it's a touch and go thing. You have to accept that sometimes you're just going to get wrecked. We got a second boss here. This is one of the harder second bosses. 1 mana, give a minion charge is very strong. This boss, I don't think, comes up that often. Second. There are different rarities to the bosses. Some of them are common, some of them are rare and more difficult, or in some cases rare and less difficult. And also, some bosses can appear early or late. So here, seeing this guy second, his hero power costs a mana, but actually, if you see this guy, I think 6th or 7th, it's a passive hero power that just makes all of his minions of charge automatically, which is a very different story, because not only does that mean it can be used multiple times per turn, but it also means he doesn't have to pay a mana to do it. So, very big difference. You'll notice, by the way, the health changed. I now have 20 health, whereas in the last round I had 15, and then the boss has 15, whereas in the last round he had 20. And that is by design. In the final battle, if you can make it all the way to the 8th round, you actually have 50 health, but the enemy boss has 70. So, you know, that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so let's see. Can I do anything good and useful here? Unfortunately, I can't kill this with my weapon unless I finish it off with the Taskmaster. That actually seems pretty good. So let's go ahead and whack that thing. Give that guy a nice buff. Good. Let's finish this off. The second boss, you can lose to. I'm not convinced that you'll lose to him often if you simply just go face with every single thing you have, but losing starts to become an actual possibility. Let's go ahead and kill that. Hopefully get this guy buffed again. Nice. And get some armor. Warrior's maybe not my favorite class in the run. I had a really hard time beating it with him. And part of that is simply because the hero power is just not very useful here. In order for this to matter at all, not only does it have to keep you alive longer, but it has to keep you alive a turn longer. And that one turn will enable you to win the game. It's a bit of a tall order. Some of the other hero powers definitely have a bigger impact either on killing the boss or on giving you, board control. Okay, so first thing, let's see if we have any, weapons to go with our... We do. There's a weapon right in there. Awesome. Taunt is not my favorite strategy. This is the taunt pool. Because while it can work, it can certainly be good. One thing you have to realize about this mode is that things get really unfair. And just having good stuff isn't going to do it. You have to try to get some combination of treasures that is like really, really unfair, or has the potential to be really unfair. It's a little bit different than in Arena. In Arena, you don't want something that's really amazing once and really terrible twice. That's not good, because you're not going to be consistent and you're going to lose. But in this dungeon mode, one of the reasons I had a difficult time so long in the beginning is that I was in, that kind of Arena way of thinking of taking good, solid cards, and that's not how you want to do it. Something that's just good all the time, you're still going to lose because the bosses are so unfair. You want something that's like amazing every once in a while and maybe other times useless is still okay, because you need that shot of beating the really unfair stuff that the bosses bring to the table. So I can take this to make my weapons a little bit better, and this actually can work as well. Or I can just take an actual other weapon just to have more weapons, even though I'm not as excited about the things that come with it. That seems to be the main thing that I'm going to go for here. I haven't really tried the armor strategy much. I don't see how that would work particularly well, but I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm an expert in this mode whatsoever. Let's go ahead and just grab the other weapon. We'll keep it simple for this introductory video. Notice I didn't get a treasure. On the even bosses, and you can see which one you're on up here at the top, you do not get a treasure. So you only get a treasure at the odd levels. Now you can see here, I've had to defeat a lot of bosses in order to complete it with the warrior once. This is a pretty fair boss. 2 mana freeze a minion for a hero power. I'm not even sure is all that good. There's like a few stages to a dungeon run. I'd say the first 3 bosses are pretty fair in terms of their hero powers and cards. It's more or less like playing a normal game of Hearthstone versus a pretty stupid AI, which is why you're almost always going to win the first 3 times unless you get unlucky or make very bad choices. You could definitely lose against the 3rd boss. But once you start to get to the, 4th through 6th bosses, things start to get a lot more unfair, and losing becomes a much more real possibility. And then the 7th and 8th bosses are just grotesquely unfair. Is kind of how the game works. So you tend to think of there as being, a few phases to the game. The fair phase, which is bosses 1 through 3, the more challenging phase, which is bosses 4 through 6, and then the ridiculous phase, 7 and 8, where it's really, really difficult to win. Okay, so let's go ahead and attack this thing. Play out my best minion, who got buffed by the weapon. Very nice. So you can see this is pretty sweet. This treasure that makes us cost 1 mana instead of 4 is, you know, definitely on the spectacular side. And that's what you gotta go for. You gotta go for, you know, something that has the potential to be really unfair, even if it doesn't always stick. I'm actually just gonna Heroic Strike his face. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Oh jeez, I just wasted my Heroic Strike for absolutely no reason. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, so, you know, I'm good at this game, as I've always been. Alright, we got a Brawl that's extremely useful right now, so thank goodness I top decked it. And let's go ahead and continue pounding away at the face. Well, I hope I'm getting some, you know, terrible mistakes out of the way early here, because that was a pretty bad one. Alright, I don't have any minions with taunts, so this is just a Fiery War Axe. Now, I gotta say, I haven't, you know, because I haven't played Hearthstone in a while, that nerf on Fiery War Axe, man, making it cost 3 mana instead of 2. I don't know how that is in Constructed Hearthstone or Arena, but here it's been a pain. Often does the thorn of that nerf hit me. Okay, so we just beat an odd boss, the third one, so we get a treasure, but these treasures are different. These are active treasures that go into the deck. They don't always cost 1 mana, there's 10 mana treasures and everything in between. These are generally ridiculously unfair cards. Now, in my experience, these boots are not that great. It's hard to, unless you have a lot of card draw, but I'm not going to because I'm a warrior. So these, I've tried them a few times. They're really underwhelming. The candle is a very tempting treasure. When my wife and I played this together, that was one that we pretty much always took when it was available. I'm not sure how good it really is, though, because yes, a 1 mana Flame Strike is amazing, especially if it goes back into your deck. But, you know, it's one of those things where good cards aren't good enough. Just being able to do 4 damage is really, really good to all the enemy minions, but it's not, like, ridiculous. It doesn't give you the potential to, like, kill your opponent super fast or anything. So I'm actually going to pass on it in exchange for the Bag of Stuffing. Now, this is pretty sweet because it draws you through a lot of your deck. So any unfair synergies you have, you're more likely to get them. And any other treasures that you have, you're more likely to get them as well. So you're going to get another active treasure after defeating the 7th boss, and you're going to be more likely to get whatever that is with this Bag of Stuffing. I'm not saying this is the right move. I really think the Boots of Haste are bad. I can see definitely a case for the candle. Okay, so now let's go ahead and pick some stuff. We don't have any weapons in here. I believe I took this category once. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe you're more likely to see a category if you've taken it before. That is what seems to be the case. So we've actually taken a taunt before, and we get it again. And we can get some taunt stuff, which I'm not that excited about. Hand buff I've not found to be a particularly good strategy. Now here we have patches and some pirates. The pirates often go well with weapons. And since I don't want another King's Defender if it means taking 2 sort of mediocre cards, let's go for the pirates, get some more early plays. And there is a little bit of cross synergy there with the weapon strategy that I'm going for. Okay, Black Seed's a bit of a tough bird. So it's a 0 mana, transform minion into a minion that costs 1 more. And this is the 4th boss. You'll recall I mentioned there are kind of 3 phases to a dungeon run. 1 to 3 where they're pretty fair, 4 to 6 where they get a little bit more ridiculous, and then 7 and 8 where things are just absolutely bananas. So this is starting to get pretty bananas because, well, it's not bananas. Bananas are level 7 and 8, but this is starting to get unfair because what Blizzard did quite, you know, cleverly here, I might say, is they've put a lot of minions into his deck with negative death rattles. So he'll play it and then upgrade it to get rid of the death rattle. You know, pretty cute how that works. So it can be a little bit tough. In fact, I might definitely lose this. We'll see. I'm not going to attack face because we're at 30-30 now. So level 4, you can see kind of the symbolic breakpoint here. We're both the same amount of health. That's where you can kind of see things turning around and it's not just, you know, a free win. Not getting any of my good stuff. I'm going to hang on to this weapon. Oh, hey, there's patches. All right, I forgot about him. I forgot this was a pirate. I'm not going to go face with my weapon unless I get brass knuckles or something and need to get more weapon stuff going. Okay, so what's he gonna do? He made his 2 mana thing into a 3 mana thing, which is just a 2/3, which is not that big of a deal. Oof, got nothing going on here. I'm like the opposite of Stacy's mom. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, kill that minion, clear his board. Clearing his board is not a bad plan, I don't think, because it reduces how many things he can get with this. Oh, here's one of my least favorite combos. He plays this, gets an extra mana crystal, and morphs this so that I can't kill it and make him lose that mana crystal, you know, stuff like that. Okay, so this is irrelevant, but I'm going to play because it's using my mana most efficiently. And I'm not excited about playing a 1/4. A 5/4 is a way more significant body. So I'm going to just let this battle cry essentially be wasted. He's getting a 6-drop here. Well, it's a good thing I played a 5/4, so I can trade into it. I can also brawl here, but I'm not that excited about that. Let's just do this. I can't kill them both, so I'll just let him keep them. And I still don't actually want to play that defender. The 1/4 body is just so underwhelming here. I'd rather play the 4/3 so I can actually contest this. Alright, is he going to give it +5/+5 and taunt? He is. Alrighty. Brawl doesn't work anymore here. I guess we're just going to... do I play this and have it trade against the 7/3? Or do I play these and hopefully get a good taunt minion? Well, let's play Thorsan. And I'm pretty sure my opponent is going to take this trade. Ah, damn. So he's not. So he's going to kill this, and he's going to morph that before it can hit his face. Ah, yep, this is looking bad. It's looking real bad. Brawl doesn't really work that well here because he's got 2 very big minions. Unless this aspirin is the one thing that survives, I'm not going to be in good shape. Alright, well, let's search for something. Okay, nothing good here. I guess I could just take this Wax Elemental just to delay the inevitable. I could Brawl, but if one of these survives, so a coin flip, I think I'm in really bad shape at that point. And I'm not making any good progress. Alright. Let's take 7 damage. Kill that thing. And hope that I can somehow win this board. In this boss fight, you can still potentially win the board, but just winning the board very quickly becomes an unattainable strategy. So you see, he summoned a thing. The original minion, let's see if I can find it, was Death Rattle summon a 5/5 for your opponent, but he morphed it away, so I can't do that. Okay, so now I think is where we're gonna do the bag of stuffing. Draw a whole bunch of cards. So in fact, drawing the entire rest of my deck. Cool. Good, 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 good. Alright, and then I think it's time to brawl away. I don't brawl now, I don't know when I'm gonna brawl. Of course, it'd be nice if I really beat the odds and one of my minions survived, but I'll settle for have something small surviving on his side. I think all of his big stuff died. Okay, this thing is gonna get turned into a 3-drop. Unless I kill it, which I don't think I can do. Yeah, I don't have enough mana to kill it. So, which of my things do I play out? Well, why don't we go for Brass Knuckles? Punch him in the face, give a minion a buff. It's the dragon. Always the damn dragon. And I guess we'll just play this Berserker. So I can potentially Cruel Taskmaster it and pop him for 7. Maybe try to race him out. Okay, this thing is not that great. So I think I'll just punch it. Oh, gee, oh no! Ooh, yikes. Okay, that changes my plans a little bit here. Oh, I'm also in fatigue. Yeah, Okay, so we're gonna have to play this dragon. That's a fact. And, oh, I should have actually maybe hit him in the face before doing this to see if the dragon would get another buff. Got this Warbot buffed, which is cool. And I'm actually going to just kill one of these trees to give my guy the enrage. I might be able to burn him out if all this stuff, if this dragon survives. Can it survive? 8, 11? I mean, it might survive. There's a non-zero chance of it surviving. Moonfire! Who plays Moonfire? Oh, he killed my Berserker. Oh, that's bad. So my dragon survived, but my Berserker didn't. How much damage can I deal here? Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Okay. What do we got? We got what, 2, 7, 9, 11, 13. Okay, yeah, I got it. It works. But, yeah, that was really close. A good rule of thumb, if you have a really close fight, is you're about to lose. At least I managed to get to the 5th boss, but man, that was a very underwhelming performance on just the 4th boss. Now, I've definitely also had runs where I just cruise up to 8, you know, but you can see with the warrior, I'm having a little bit of trouble here. Okay, so what do we got? I don't like this. This is definitely bad. That's stupid, and, well, whatever. This I'm not a fan of either. Don't really need these drakes. They're slow. So I guess we're just going to take some removal and some damage. Call it a day. Okay, so again, no treasure because that was the 4th fight, so I don't get any treasure for that one, just 3 cards. Alright, this guy's an interesting one. 2 mana, gain control of an enemy minion with 2 or less attack. Obviously, this boss is much, much, much harder if you are trying to rush down strategy. There is one treasure you can get. It's one of the passive ones that gives all your minions permanent stealth, in which case that completely neuters this guy's hero power, which is nice. Me, I'm not sure how many minions I have that I really care about. I also have some hand buffing here, so I'm not super concerned. I'm actually gonna keep this in case I get... Oh, that's a bad choice. Bad choice. What am I doing? If I get a weapon, I'm gonna play it on turn 1, because, you know, I have only 1 mana costing weapons. I should have definitely kept my Worgen and try to draw this later. Right, didn't get a weapon anyways, and this is unplayable because he will just steal it for 2 mana, so there's no point playing it whatsoever. And here's where my crappy hero power is really kind of frustrating, because it doesn't do anything for me. Okay, still can't play this unless I can enrage it in the same turn. There is like a Berserker card package that, you know, wait a minute, why did I play this? I should have actually... Yeah, I should have actually just played this, made this into a 4-3, and then played that next time. That was a bit of an error. Whoops. Well, maybe I'll draw another weapon and I can still use this, because this turn, even though I'm wasting it, I'm still going to play this 5-4. Doesn't die to his weapon. I unfortunately waste the killing potential here of the +1 attack on my weapon, because the Fiery War Axe was going to kill that thing anyway. Is he going to steal my Charger 1-1? He is not, so I'm going to actually... Well, no, he's probably going to kill it with his weapon, I guess. Yeah, he killed it with his weapon, so he didn't steal it, so that was kind of nice. Okay. Well, a bit of an awkward turn here, because I can't play the natural Berserker into Bash, because then he'll definitely steal the Berserker. This is wasting the Battle Cry. But I'm going to just get this down as a 3-3, and we'll use Heroic Strike to kill the Knife Juggler. Generally, you don't really want to be playing like this, because you need to try to win. Going after the board is often not a very good strategy, but... Well, what do I got? Alright, so I can Bash execute this Kodo. I mean, what else am I doing with my life here? I'm just biding time until I can play the Sleepy Dragon. So let's get some face damage in. This boss, I'm not too unhappy to see him. His deck is not that good. Unlike, for example, that 4th boss that we fought that had the kind of synergy going with the bad death rattles morphing him up. This one isn't really all that crazy. Well, that was pretty good. A 6-7 is definitely a threat, but I mean, it is turn 6. It's not that crazy in the grand scheme of things. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and brawl here. Because he does have a 6-7. There was a 1 in 3 chance it would have survived, which would have been very annoying, but I'm just biding time until I can play this hopefully trump card-esque Sleepy Dragon. This I can't play until I get a weapon to make it not stealable. There we go. Okay, so I'm not going to get the bonus on the King's Defender, it's just a Fiery War Axe. But it'll do, pig! It'll do. I'm still not playing this, I still don't really need it to get stolen. Destroy enemy random, okay, cool. Guess he used it on a 2-drop, that's fine. And actually, I'm really glad he used it, because I definitely didn't want this getting that treatment. That would have been sad as heck. These, warrior... If you have X or less health cards, are a little on the weak side. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, well, guess it is a dungeon boss. It's gotta do its thing. Because, of course, the more health that you start with, the harder it is to get down to 12 or less and still survive. Okay, well, I guess this is actually a way out of my conundrum, because I can actually Brass Knuckles buff this thing and it'll be a 3-attack minion. So that's cool. Unless I get something better. Do I even have anything better in my deck? Well, I'm about to find out. Alright, Raging Worgen, nice. Stonehill Defender is gonna get stolen, but it might be worth playing anyways. Okay. Well, let's see. We're gonna do this. I suppose I will Mortal Strike this thing to death, even though it means not playing the Emperor. Let's do this and that. There. Not really sure how much the Emperor matters. He's just a 6/6. Alright, interesting choice to play this in front of my Worgen. Alright, looks like he's... Nope, he's not. Well, I guess he didn't want to enrage this thing. Oh, the cleave! Ooh, yikes. This thing has Wind Fury, but it's biting at a rock. Okay. Well, here's what's gonna happen then. I'm gonna actually cruelly Taskmaster that Annoyatron to pop the shield. Let's go ahead and whack it. Oh, that was nice. I can actually now play the Berserker and the Thaurissan and whack him for 8. Still not super inspired by how hard I have to fight to get these wins. So these are some of the longest games I've ever actually played in this mode. Yeah, it's worth it. Even knowing that he did that, I'm still glad to have done it because I really wanted to get this Worgen into the face. Alright, there's a Rogue Seeker. Okay, so there's 2 that the bosses use. There's one that makes it so that after being hit, your hero is immune for the rest of the turn. There's another one that makes it so that after attacking your face, the enemy instead attacks one of its neighbors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a Stonehill Defender in the middle here, in betwixt, you might say. Let's grab the biggest thing we can get, which is this guy. And then I'm going to go for the face. Okay, it was the other one. So I didn't miss out on some damage. 3 damage, basically. Not the end of the world, though. I don't know. I don't think he has any brawls. If he has a brawl, I guess I'll just lose. I don't think he does. Oh, God, this is so annoying. These secrets. Okay. Yeah, he's drawing all his cards. Okay, well, why don't we get enraged? Get enraged. I really would hate for it to... Alright, screw it. Now, see, the thing is, if I attack with this and it's the one that makes the minion attack its neighbors, I kill both of these cards. It seems bad. Let's do this. Alright, it was still the same thing. Maybe he doesn't even have the one I'm thinking of. Oh, God, it was created by Thistletea. I should have noticed that. I see. So he's actually probably got another one of those. Yep. Alright, well, I'm going to get in 7 good damage a turn. Interesting choice. I guess that does deal more damage. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. The struggle is real. Okay, so we're getting 7 damage in. Armoring up. And I don't have any good trades. We'll just do it like that. It's a greedy trade, but I really want to keep all my minions on the board so that when he finally runs out of those damn evasion secrets... Oh, he still has another one. Mother of merciful Moses. Oh, my... Oh, and he has another one of these. Oh, my God. This is gonna be crazy. All right. Well, let's see. Let's get in our 7 damage. Yep, map. Okay, and then we're gonna cleave because I can finally use the cleave. Still not in a great situation here.
Battle commencing.
I guess I'll volunteer that trade because I can't hit his face anyways. Oh, this is just comedy. But I think he has another one of these heal bots. I don't think he has any more of those evasions. So I can hit him for the full 12, 19 damage here. I have 11 health taunt. He's used up 2 of those random assassinate cards. How much fatigue did I take? 6! Oh boy! It's coming down to the wire here. All the way down. Okay, that's fine. No problem. Oh, that is a problem. Well, no, it's still not a problem. That's not a problem. Oh my God, do I actually get through? He's actually gonna take the 7 to the face there. Oh my God, I get through. The turn before I would have lost. Yeah, because I was taking 8 damage next turn. Armor wouldn't have saved me. Oh my God, that was something. When I started this video series, I did not expect any of these protracted battles, but Jesus. Alright, so this is 5th level, which is an odd level, so we get one of these passive treasures. So we have decent ones here. This one is one I've been forced to take. I didn't really like it, but it's actually kind of okay. I will probably take one of these. I prefer these greatly. So this is good if you're trying to rush them down. It turns off it turns off all single target removal. You're still vulnerable to mass removal. It does turn off your taunts, so it's a double-edged sword. And if you're using your minions to trade, then it's not doing you any good. Now, this deck is, I mean, it's very low curved. I don't know how fast it is, though. So I'm tempted just to take the safer crystal gem here. It's always nice to have an extra mana crystal at the beginning, and it's not quite as committal as the cloak invisibility. I don't think I'm winning this run anyway, so let's just go ahead and keep it simple. Fool's Bane I don't like, because it can't attack the face. These are okay cards, though, so let's just see. Do we get anything good here? Well, some expensive-ass taunts. Whirlwind actually would be kind of nice to turn on my own enrages and get a little bit of extra removal. This is obviously a better removal package overall. I could just take the big fatters because my deck is so low curved that actually having a little bit on the top end could be nice. Alright, we'll try it. Not sure if that's the right play, but whatever. One of my favorite treasures is a treasure that makes it so that your minions that cost more than 5 only cost 5. So you can try to get a decent amount of really expensive minions. And if you get that with the crystal gem, you get to turn 5 mana on turn 4. So you can play like 9, 10 mana minions on turn 4. That's an example of the sort of, unfair type of thing you want to try to go for in the run. Voodoo Master of X makes all battle cries and death rattles trigger twice. You can actually sometimes fight him, I believe, at level 7. He's a pretty tough boss, but I actually kind of like him because he has some stuff that hurts him. So, like, he has, for example, that minion that gives you a 5/5 and your opponent one when it dies. And he's got the minion that deals 5 damage to a minion and then deals 5 damage to your face when it dies. So, like, it has some double-edged stuff, and it can kind of help you win if your deck is bad, which I could definitely use some help with. Now, I'm going to keep this because I start with 2 mana now, thanks to my crystal gem. Drew the patches. Well, what are you going to do? And this is basically a turn 2 play now, which is nice. Actually, this works out okay, because I do have to start with an extra mana, so I can play the Brass Knuckles, punch him in the face, play patches, and I haven't really lost anything. My deck doesn't have a whole lot of battle cries, death rattles, so I don't really have any synergy for myself. But, hopefully, I'll be able to take advantage of this fast start. Playing a 6/5 on turn 2 is pretty good. To just get ahead. Alright, this thing is going to give him 2 Death Rattle cards, and of course those Death Rattle minions are going to trigger twice when they trigger, but it's still not really the end of the world. This is sadly not helping me, but, a little bit of our lessons from the arena. A good option now is better than the best option later. I'm just going to go ahead and buff this and play it. So I'm off to a roaring fast start here. I have a 6/5 pounding him every single turn. This is normally one of the scarier minions. What I was actually more scared of here is something like a that sheep that deals 2 damage to all minions. When it dies, it would deal 4 damage and clear almost my entire board. However, in this case, that doesn't happen. The question is, do I want to give him a pair of 2/2s? Or, sorry, not 2/2s, a pair of 2-mana minions. He's currently able to hit this thing for 5. You know what? I'm just gonna whack him in the face. Oh yeah, this actually is a battle cry, isn't it? Gain 1 durability. So I actually gained 2 durability because of the battle cry rule. So this is actually a 12 damage weapon. So yeah, I'm just gonna start going for the face. Okay, this is gonna clear the board now. But it's going to clear his board too. It's going to deal 4 damage to all characters. There's no way that I can possibly avoid this. Can't get any of my minions above 4 health. So, let's just go ahead and take the pain. Everything dies. I'm going to go ahead and put it all in here. Just whack them. Am I going to get to 12 or less health? Not sure I'm ever going to do that. So we'll just play this. I did waste the potential of dealing 2 damage to a minion, but I'm hoping that that 2 damage comes through. And I'm very glad I did that, because now the 2 damage will come through. So that's 5 damage. I have another 4 damage here. Okay, notice this is so good. If I taken like the Boots of Haste, which make your minions cost 0 mana, that would be so bad. But instead I get to refill my hand. Got some extra damage there, nice. Execute's not that needed. This thing's whatever. That thing is whatever. That'll be a nice thing to play. Okay, perfect. So yeah, this is really good. Oh, that's actually really good there, because it works twice. Alright, I'm going to do it right now. Alright, is it the end? Let's see, let's just play that. There's no reason not to, no reason not to. No, it is not the end. Oh man, I'm having all kinds of battle cries I forgot about. This thing is a battle cry, so it actually gets a whole bunch of bonus attack. It's not going to survive, of course, but it's quite the threat. Wait, are you really not going to kill this? That's interesting. He could have killed it by throwing his other things at it. Wouldn't have mattered, I still had the kill with my weapon. I guess he had no taunts or healing. This is really unusual. I know it seems weird I'm saying that because it's my first video, but this is really, really unusual that the 6th boss is easier than the 4th and 5th, because the 4th and 5th both gave me a really hard time. But yeah, you can see that's why one of the reasons I like running into this guy is he does have some double-edged stuff, and you can potentially just kind of beat him in a fair fight. Okay, so this I don't think is very good. I don't think I want many more of these expensive things. What is this? Okay. I should know what these bonus effects are. I'm getting some armor. This has no synergy with really any of my stuff. I don't want that, really, I don't think. I don't really want that. Oh, geez, there's just nothing good here. Okay, so I guess if there's just nothing good, then what do I do? Take the removal and some health? I guess that's what's going to happen. Alright, this is one of the toughest bosses. For boss number 7, there's a couple of easier ones. This is definitely not one of them. It's a 2 mana, give minions in your hand +1/+1. So the boss is, I believe that's a mandatory hero power. I could be mistaken. Sorry, we'll see in a moment if I'm mistaken. But I believe it's one of those mandatory hero powers that has like a yellow circle spinning around it. That means the boss is forced to use it. Yep, see how that yellow yin-yang circling around it means it's using it every single turn. So every single turn it's going to do this. So for the first couple of turns it don't do much, but then it starts to drop minions that have been buffed an ungodly number of times and wreck your life. So this boss, you know, you really want to kill it quickly. This is a good boss for sort of a rushdown strategy, and my deck has some of that potential. Not sure it's got enough. So we'll see how I can fare. Also notice this boss is starting with an extra mana crystal. And the final boss, the level 8 boss, will have, I believe, 2 extra mana crystals. So they really get a head start on you. Okay, this is not the start I'm hoping for. I have a weapon and I got this and that's about it. I guess that kind of helps a little bit. But this is not like a super crazy fast start by any stretch of the imagination. Do you have any 1 mana minions? I'm really hoping you don't. You do. Okay, well, at least it can be dealt with. I wanted to equip this Fiery War Axe anyway. I should probably have played this first, technically. Alright, what matters? What matters? What matters? Because you can't think about, like, you know, normal stuff. I guess this is on curve, so I'm going to take it. This is obviously nice. A 5/11 taunt is usually a good thing, but it's one of those cases where this is just not a game where you can evaluate based on normal Hearthstone rules, because things just get so out of hand so fast. Do you have a 2 mana minion? You have a 1 mana minion. Oh, even better. Okay. Well, oh, you have 2 of them. Oh, geez. So, you know, just a pair of 4/5s coming down on turn 4. Alright, so that's actually a nice early pickup. I'm going to play it because I'm almost certainly going to get something else I can do. I might regret it. Okay, yeah, that's fine. As long as I get that and 1... Okay, that's also fine. Oh, I drew patches. Darn it. Alright, so I could play this and patches and re-equip a weapon. Or I can play a 5/4. No, let's go ahead and do this after I play Brass Knuckles, because that will matter more with a 3 durability weapon. So yeah, let's hit the face. Oh, I should have played this before I attacked! Oh, no, I get to play another thing. It's fine. Sort of. Yeah, so let's play this one, I guess. Make this cost 1 mana. Make this cost 1 mana. And, yeah, I just think killing these things is not even worth it. Let them kill my stuff. We are going hardcore for the race. Okay, so everything gets buffed. Hopefully no taunts. Deal damage equal to... Oh no! Whoa, that's bad. To all enemy minions. So my board's gonna die here. Is gonna die. There's nothing I can really do. Well, I mean, I could try to play things that this can't kill itself against, which currently is the case. But anything... Oh, this. Hold on. This will not kill that thing. Oh, interesting. So I can try to delay the inevitable by playing this so that this thing cannot kill itself. If I were to play, say, this, then this thing could just run into my Naga and would clear my board. This might still be the correct play, just to get basically 3 extra damage on the dome. Whereas what does this do? Well, this would eat a couple of attacks. Yeah, maybe I think this is the right move. Because I want to get as much damage in as I possibly can. And if I can keep my minions around for an extra turn, then that's effectively getting more damage, I think, than what's worth it from having this thing blow up sooner. No, keeping my minions around an extra turn is more valuable than getting the 3 damage from this weapon. There. Okay, this is a really weird one. I'm not sure why this is in the deck. When this survives damage, destroy all minions. I don't know why that's here. But I'm not going to complain about it, because what I can do now is hit face, use patches to clear the board. This is important because I want to get this thing off so that my own board is not going to die. And now I can choose how to proceed. So I can get a 5/5, I can get a 4/6, I can get a 5/4, which deals some bonus damage, 2 bonus damage basically. Or I can just do this and reduce the mana cost. Now this might be the best play, because while mana is not that important, it is a 5/5, it hits as hard as anything else, it uses my mana the most efficiently. And I'm still going to gamble that the whatever 2 extra damage from the Naga Corsair is not going to make or break the difference in this matchup. So I'm really praying that there's no taunts coming in, ever. I have some taunts of my own to delay the inevitable. Ooh, Jesus. That's gonna get out of control real fast. Well, there's nothing I can really do about it. I don't have any, like, executes or assassinates, or crush would be the card to use against this. This actually takes a hit from it and lives to tell about it, but first things first. So let's hit the face. Hit the face. Alright, I can actually just play this. I don't think this is the right play, necessarily. What I think I gotta do is play these knuckles. I can play this and have 5 mana, which is enough to play the... Yeah, let's go for that. So let's do this. Get some armor and a 5/5. And I'm really just hoping for no taunt, because I'm almost there. This thing is only going to kill one of my minions. I've got 10 power on board. As long as there's no taunt or any kind of interaction, I should be fine. Alright, so he gets another 8/5. It's fine. Blorp. Oh, the double taunt! No! Oh, and he destroys my weapon. Oh, wow, that's bad. That's 9 damage off the table, and plus whatever it takes to get off of these taunts. Oh, boy. Okay, so now we're in a little bit of pickle-a-roni here, because... jeez. I have to kill these taunts. There's no way past them. This doesn't do it, that doesn't do it. Alright, so we're going to play this guy, because it actually kills both of these without them surviving, so at least he's not going to get any more copies. I guess I'm playing a Warbot rather than armoring up. This seems like a normal decision. Now, what's going to happen if I don't make this trade? Then the ooze and one of these kills it. This kills my 5/1, and I'm starting to be at a loss for how to get the last 10 damage. So this guy can maybe do 1 if he doesn't play more taunts. Oh, brother. I can't... Oh, this ooze, man, that just killed me. Because if I had had the weapon, I would have had 9 damage still to come in. Yeah... If only Heroic Strike could kill this. If only this Warbot were already on the table to give 1 extra damage, but... Let's go ahead and do this. I'm actually going to play Heroic Strike now. And punch him in the face for 4. Just to get it in. I really wish I had some charge minions or something. I actually don't know where the last damage is going to come from. I believe I have another Mortal Strike, so 2 of them would get the job done. If I drew my other one. Oh, he went for the... He copied it instead of killing my creature. Okay, then that means I win. So he let me deal 5 damage to him, and then as long as I have 2 damage in hand, I win, which I do. Okay. Wow, I cannot believe I made it to the 8th boss here, because I thought this deck was just bad, and I almost lost in the 4th and 5th bosses, but managed to make it. So now we're going to fight the final boss. Now, the round 8 is 1 of 5. It's always 1 of 5 that you fight there. I want to talk a little bit about this treasure. So it's round 7 that we just defeated, and on round 3 and round 7 you get an active treasure. So this I don't really like. not a big fan of it, honestly. You can do some wacky things if you're playing a priest and you can interfire it, then it becomes good, but I just generally think this is a little bit on the slow end. This may seem really bad, like a 3 for 1. What the hell's going on here? Like, why is that there? That seems terrible. If you get the blade and the hilt, they actually combine into an amazing weapon, which is a 1-mana 6/6 that deals 6 damage to all enemies when you attack. So it's one of those things where, like, the blade and the hilt individually are pretty crappy compared to other treasures, but if you want to go for it, that's probably going to be a game-winning thing if you can actually put together the Sword of Keldalar and then actually draw it. Here we're on round 7. I did not take the hilt, so this is probably not a good choice. We'll take the recruit 3 minions, lets you get off to a fast start. My deck is actually not built to take advantage of this very well, because I don't have that much expensive stuff. I'm likely to get a bunch of little things that have battle cries that it doesn't really even matter about, but, you know, it's, I think, the best choice I had. Okay, so here we have some interesting options. This, I think, is just not going to work. The final bosses are just too crazy. Just, you know, good value taunts is not going to cut the mustard. So I can go for the Bloodsail Raider Pirate package. This can potentially make my weapons a little bit better, give me a little bit more reach with my deck, draw out patches. Or I can go for this. This lets me turn on my Enrages, and then Brawl can be good sometimes to clear the board. And I'm going to take that just basically for the Brawl. It's one of the weird things you have to do sometimes, is take a pack just because it has one good card in it. And even if the other 2 cards aren't that great, you just take it for the one good one. Even if there's a pack that has 3 decent cards, you still might sometimes want to take a pack that has a single exceptional card. And here, Brawl is just exceptional because against the final bosses, you can run into a lot of trouble. Now, as it happens, in our very first video, we get up to, I believe, my favorite of the final bosses. Not because he's the easiest. This one can be very difficult. I mean, maybe he's easier than the other bosses. I don't know. Maybe he's harder. I'm not really sure. But I like him a lot because this is the one that, more than the other 4, that really makes me feel when I lose, I lost because of poor play and not just because of bad luck or because the boss was too unfair. It's a really interesting fight. So this guy has a hero power that does nothing. It's 0 mana, deal 1 damage to all, or deal 1 damage to all enemies for each missing master chest. It starts with 5 master chests. So in the beginning, it actually does nothing because all the master chests are there. However, as you can imagine, he has a bunch of cards that are buff cards, like Velen's Chosen, to just give a random example. So these master chests start beating your face if you leave them alone and, you know, inflicting a world of hurt upon you. You have to be very careful in this matchup not to panic. Yes, it's tempting to try to kill this thing because it's dealing 2 damage to your turn, but if you actually kill it, then this is going to start dealing 1 damage a turn to everything as opposed to this, which is dealing 2 damage a turn to just one thing. So you have to really kind of keep your cool a little bit. I'm going to go for the Bag of Stuffing right now. I am passing up on playing this, but I'm gambling that I will get something I can play if I'm going until my hand is full. Like, see here, I think it's, you know, very, very tempting to just, like, attack into this and execute it. You do get a treasure. These are the same types of treasures that you can get, you know, on the odd rounds, the 3rd and the 7th round. So they're active treasures. So you can get like a Bag of Stuffing. You know, you can get Candle. You can get Blade of Keldalar and whatever. But a lot of times you get something kind of crappy, and it doesn't justify the fact that now, you know, you are getting hit for an extra damage every turn. So there's a really nice element of skill to this game, or to this particular boss, which is just making sure you don't panic. So tempting to just grab the treasure, but sometimes the treasure doesn't do jack, squat, or kipper doodle for you, and it's better to just keep getting damage on the opponent while you can, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Now we got to make some tough choices. I can of course play the Hired Gun and the King's Defender and get a 3/3 weapon. Of course, the drawback to that is that this is the only weapon in my hand, so if I don't play this before it, I'm going to miss the chance to give it +1/+1. But if I play this, then I can't really play it, unless, of course, I'm okay with missing up the durability because I don't have a taunt minion on the board. I'm still going to play this and buff it, but then I'm going to think whether I want to play this right now. What am I doing next turn? I got 5 mana next turn. I've got nothing to do next turn, right? There's nothing to do. I'm not going to play Brawl. So I just don't see any reason to play this because I can just play the Hired Gun and this King's Defender next turn. Or so it seems to me. So still, this is doing nothing because I've not taken away any of its treasures. Alright, it's going to kill my minions, it seems. Alright, because he's got Velen's Chosen, so he actually got the spell damage value out of it. Nice. Alright, so this actually works out nicely. We're going to do this. play the King's Defender. Play the Warbot. Got 16 damage here. I'm gonna just start going for the face. In general, you want to try, I believe, I'm not an expert, but I believe you generally want to try to hold off as long as possible on killing these treasures so that you're only taking them as like a last resort. Like, shit, I gotta really hope I get something good to try to win now when your opponent starts taking over the board. Okay, so, let's have a look-see. I could, of course, play the Naga Corsair and kill this, although I don't need the Naga Corsair to kill it with my weapon. This dies to the treasure, so I don't necessarily know if I need to kill this guy. I think I'm actually okay with just... Well, the other option, of course, is to play a 5-5 golem, but that dies to a 5-4 just as well. So I'm going to play the Naga Corsair, armor up, and I'm going to just hit him in the face. Oh, right, Patches. Patches, we all fall down. I always forget about him. I'm just going to hit him in the face. It's 15 damage here. I'm going to keep chipping away. Then maybe, you know, if I start to fall really far behind, I can do like a brawl and get a bajillion treasures sort of a thing, and like kind of like a last-ditch effort. I don't know if that's a good play, because then I'm going to start taking like, you know, 5 or 6 damage automatically. By that point, that might be too much to handle. Alright, so I can play the Bloodsail Raider, but then I can't really do a whole lot else. I guess I could Mortal Strike this thing. It's an option. The Bloodsail Raider... Yeah, I'm going to try that. The alternative is to get armor in a 5-5, but again, I'm not that excited about it because this 5-4 just kills it. So let's go ahead and play the Bloodsail Raider. Mortal Strike this guy, though I'm very sad to do so. And I'm just going to keep whacking him in the face. Sort of getting him down there. Still not taking any damage from his hero power. That's gross. Oh, that's really gross. Oh, jeez. Oh, yikes. That's disgusting. Okay, I think this is now a big enough threat that I'm going to kill it with an execute. Yeah, this is the time to do it, too, because I don't have anything to play. These are 9 mana guys. So, yeah, it's perfect, actually. I execute this, see what treasure I get. This is actually one of the better ones. It might not seem that great, and sometimes it's a real dud, but there's definitely Dudley-esque types of treasures I could be getting here, and that's a very playable one. At the moment, however, I'm just going to take the sure thing, get the 5-5, which at least is alive on board. I'm now within 10 health of this guy. Unfortunately, Patches now dies, because I did kill a treasure, so everything takes a damage. What? What? But, oh. I guess because it started with 5 and it still has 5, that it doesn't count? That it doesn't think one is missing? Interesting. Oh, wow, that's very interesting indeed. Okay, well, let's think. Do I want to take out this guy? Because obviously the longer this is around, the bigger of a problem it becomes. I can play a pretty big Fatters here. The Emperor... I can play Emperor and the Wand. Yeah, let's try it. Let's go for the Wand and the Emperor. It's a bit of a risk because 2 of my biggest minions are already here. That's dumb because this only cost 1 mana. This only cost 1 mana. Well, that costs 6 mana normally. Okay, so I guess it's fine. And the fact that these normally cost 1 mana, you know, it's still useful that I got them to cost 0 because I wasn't going to be playing them this turn. Okay, so I think I do need to kill this even though it pains me to throw away the 5 damage. Do I want to kill this 2-3? I don't see that 2-3 making a really big difference. I'm just going to go face. I'm now actually almost tied with him on health. And I didn't realize that when he made a copy of it that I could kill one for free. In fact, maybe I should have killed it a lot earlier. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. If I had known that I could have killed it and gotten a treasure without triggering this power, I might have wanted to do that sooner. Okay, we got a 5-11 here. That's sort of a problem. And he played another one of these assholes. Okay, well, how do we do this? If I Whirlwind, it is going to kill this, which is nice. But, unfortunately, the Fiery War Axe still does not kill that thing. And I do get a treasure. I mean, what do I got? I got 10 damage here. I'm going to go for this free Whirlwind. I'm going to do it right now. So it is going to start doing 1 damage to me and all my minions every turn. But let's see what this treasure is. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I did not want legendary minions. Okay, so that's an example of a bad thing that can happen. Bash tragically doesn't kill this. But maybe what I can do is play that, And even though this is painful, I'm just going to do it anyways. It sucks to do a bash for just a single damage, but this allows me to keep my Thaurissan alive and also this 10 damage here. Which, remember, everything's going to start taking 1 damage, but he currently cannot get through my big fat taunt, and it can't be targeted by spells. This thing is, gotta keep an eye on that thing. I've definitely forgotten about it before and gotten totally wrecked, so just keep an eye on it. But yeah, that treasure can't get through, that guy doesn't get through. No! Oh no! Oh, that's bad. Spirit Lash with Arcane, but with spell damage, and he heals for a bunch. Oh, that hurts. Okay, so that now I'm not feeling so good anymore, because now these guys are about to die. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, let's do this. I'm going to still hit him in the face for 10 damage. That could be wrong. Maybe it would have been better to clear off some of his board. And now I got to really think. I could play this to get 3 legendary minions instead of what I have. Brawl, obviously a very dangerous proposition because it would clear off 3 or 4 treasures and I would start taking 5 damage every single turn. I don't really want to do that till it gets closer to the end times. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bash that even though this gets +2/+2. Because I don't want him to have spell damage again in case he has another Spirit Lash. I'm going to lose my 10 damage, unfortunately. Oh, that Spirit Lash. I was really starting to think I was going to win. I really was. I was like, alright, this is going to go fine. He actually gave up a treasure. Alright, that's not my favorite treasure. This could definitely be a pile of garbage. Alright, so I'm taking 2 damage a turn now. Let's see what I get. Oh my god. Not the best, to put it mildly. Okay, so now I am actually going to do this kobold and get rid of all these brawls. Maybe 1 brawl would have been nice to have, but I gotta make this count. Because now I'm taking 2 damage every turn. This thing's not even going to survive. I do have 7 damage hitting him in the face. Jesus friggin' Christ. Alright, never mind then. That's not happening. Okay, great. So then, Kel'Thuzad could be good if it lives. I can actually get a free hero power with this thing. Interesting. So I could play Kel'Thuzad and hope it survives. Oh god, playing Kel'Thuzad and hoping it survives, it would take a long time for that to matter. This is actually an interesting one, though, because it would kill that. It would then die for free. What would I have with 7 mana? Tragically, I cannot play Ragnaros. I could play Raza. And this. I don't remember if I have any weapons left. Yeah, this is really tempting to kill off the 5/1. Wait a minute, I'm getting 2 coins. Ah, no, at the end of my turn. Damn it, so I can't use them right away. Alright, I could be wrong, but I'm going to try this. And hopefully that free hero power every turn will make a difference. I also have Rag for a bit of healing. What I really would like is just to have some minions survive to get damage on his face. He's actually almost out of cards. You don't usually get to control these guys to victory. But this one is starting to run a little bit low on cards. And I have a decent amount of health still. Alright, so we gotta do this. I don't think it makes any sense to keep that around, but let's see how she play Kel'Thuzad here. Maybe I should have thought about that a little bit more. But Raza will come back. Let's go ahead and play a Stonehill Defender. Alright, I gotta think carefully here. Summon 3/1/1 Raptors for your opponent. I don't think I actually want to do that. Gain +1 health for each enemy. That's actually interesting. This, though, would put stuff into my deck, which actually might not be the worst thing right now, since I am also getting close to fatigue, and I'll actually get to fatigue before my opponent does. Okay, so everything's taking 2 damage. It's bearable at the moment. Ysera. Oh, God, this is where I wish I had my Execute, because, crap, what do I got? 5, 6, 10 damage? No, jeez. No. Okay. Is there anything I can do? No, there's nothing I can do. So I have to run Kel'Thuzad into Ysera, which sucks. It means Kel'Thuzad will then die next turn. But do I let Ysera live? I guess I could just let Ysera live and just say whatever. I could just play this Patchling, for example, and Captain Greenskin. Just get some bodies on the table. Hit him for what, 11, 12 damage? God, that feels really wrong. No. Let me just make sure. 5, 11, yeah. So I can actually kill him with my board. That does mean letting Kel'Thuzad go next turn, but at least I get my stuff back in the meantime. Maybe I'll play Rag. How about that? Because Rag has a 50-50 chance of actually healing Kel'Thuzad, which would be more useful at the moment than healing my face. Let's see if Rag obliges. Alright, well, I mean, the face isn't bad. This thing is actually going to get enraged and still live to tell about it, because I haven't taken enough treasures. Alright, this is actually really great, the Stonehill, because it stops my organ, which deals H damage from dying, but of course he plays Light Bomb. Mother of Moses, the Light Bombs! Okay, so, alright, well, if I didn't have this, I wouldn't play the Horn. Actually, do I even want to play the Horn at the moment? Because this only puts one thing into my deck, you know, I'm still going to be way behind in fatigue, and I'm not getting any damage through. Oh, God. Alright. Let's just play the most power I can. Hold off on this Horn. I might just never play the Horn. It sucks that I wasn't offered a better treasure than this Horn. Alright, he's gaining a bunch of armor, but he's also drawing cards, which is good. Oh, that's not good. Spell damage on that Velen's Chosen is a bitch. Okay. So I know that there's a big taunt in there. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Oh, nice. One of these was a spell, so I didn't even draw everything out. Perfect. Well, this is quite the epic battle here. He's got 2 cards left. At the moment, unfortunately, he's got a lot of health. His fatigue is really far away. It's just a pipe dream at the moment. I really need to get some more damage on the face with some of my minions. And he gives up another treasure. Uh-oh. Now, this is terrible. This doesn't do jack, squat, or kipper doodle for me here. Okay, so let's play the Knuckles, right? I mean, yeah, I might as well. I guess I could have played them after playing Stormage, but the 2/1s just die. They don't actually do me any good. So the question is, am I in a desperate enough position to start killing treasures and hope for something really good? I think at the moment well, actually, this one, hold on. Wait, oh, it's the same actual card. Interesting. So is this only going to do... Is this going to go back dealing just 2 damage now because there's another one there? I guess I should find out for science. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and do this. Let's buff Illidan. That's so frustrating. Bonk. Bonk. Alright, and this is a moment of truth. I'm just praying my opponent does not blow me up, because I need... Yeah, only 2 damage. Interesting. So it does actually count. Giving it back to him helps. Alright, this is great. He's playing a bunch of crap. He didn't play any Spirit Lashes or anything like that. He actually threw away his minions at the taunt. No! Whoa! What the... Why didn't he play that while he had spell damage up, though? Okay, that was pretty good. Alright, so this doesn't do anything. I mean, I gotta hit him in the face with these at least. The question is, what do I do? Because this is about to die. This is gonna die. I could kill one of these. I can kill this guy. This dies to his hero power. I might have messed up. Actually, I just think I attacked before thinking about how desperate my situation was, and it's a pretty fair shade of desperate, actually, because the fatigue is going to take a while to sink in. He's at 24, 21, 17, and I have no more minions. So I really actually did need to kill one of these chests. But see what I was talking about, though? How, you know, it's a game of skill with this boss? I needed to kill these chests. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and actually kill a chest right now and see what treasure I get. Hopefully it's like a minion of some sort. Alright, well, here I don't mind because these are useless cards. Getting some legendary minions. And that's actually pretty incredible because it stops fatigue for a turn and it's going to give me 5 cards that could maybe do something good. Archbishop Benedictus sadly does not save me here. I am taking now 3 damage per turn, so Illidan also dies on the spot. And I assume he's going to trade against my minions. No, he goes for the face. Okay, so he's letting me get 5 more damage, and that could be crucial. Alright, well, I'm definitely going to pop the pack instead of just playing a naked 4/6. Sunkeeper Tarim. I don't think I want to do that. Replace your deck, which doesn't do anything at the moment. That doesn't do much. This could actually... No, this is bad, because they'll just die. Okay, so I think the most logical thing I have is an 8/8. So armor up, and let's think about my life. So I can't kill any of these with my weapon. Do I trade with the minion? I don't think so. I think we gotta get in there. If I can get one whack in with this Frozen Crusher. Oh no, my Elise dies, and he only needs one of his minions to kill my Crusher. Oh, he's going for my face. Interesting. Does he have lethal? I have to really consider this. So I'm taking 3 fatigue damage, plus another 3, that's 6. 6 plus 10 is so 16. I'm actually still okay. Still hanging on in there. Alright, this thing is going to attack and get frozen. So I could do Tarim and make these all 3/3s and block, but I am still alive at the moment, right? He's got 10, 13, 16 damage. I'm at 26 health. He'd have to have 10 damage with this one card. I just don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to go for the big play here. Put a 9/9 down, which threatens to kill him. Okay. He actually killed off my frozen one, which he sort of had to do. Oh my god, am I going to win? I'm going to win. I cannot believe I actually won this first video because I thought this was going so horribly. And you saw how many losses, or how many bosses I defeated with the warrior. Like, I've only beaten it once, so the more boss kills you have without a victory, the more tries it means you took. So you can see, like, each time you kill a boss, you get one of these, whether you defeat it in the end or not. So, wow, that was pretty great. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe if you did. In case you thought that was easy, I assure you it's not. I probably just got very lucky there and managed to sneak out of some very difficult fights. So that was exciting. So I guess no more warrior, huh? Because I beat that one on the first try. We'll continue on next time. We got the other of the 2 bosses, not the rat, but the whelp. We'll be doing Shaman. All right, guys, I'll see you again soon. Take care.